Good morning students. Today we will be solving question number 52 from the chapter that is NPO, not for profit organization. So page number 173 of TS Garewal, question number 52. I'll read the question and after reading the question we'll go through the solution. Okay, so the question goes, from the following receipts and payments account of Mumbai Theatre Club, prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2020 and balance sheet as at that date. Then we are given receipts and payments account and after that we have few adjustments. Okay, so at the adjustments at the end we have 5 adjustments. So he is asking you to prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet as at that date, means balance sheet on 31st March 20. So we have the format. This is the format for income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 20, right? Expenditure, that is on the debit side, income on the credit side, right? This side we have balance sheet. If you observe, we have 2 balance sheets. This is the balance sheet as at 31st March 20. 31st March 20 means the balance sheet for current year, and this is the balance sheet, that is balance sheet as at 31st March 19. This is the balance sheet for the previous year, opening balance sheet. Why do we prepare opening balance sheet? Basically because we don't have opening capital fund. To find out opening capital fund, we do prepare balance sheet as at 31st March 19, that is opening balance sheet. Okay, so let's start the question. Let's start with receipts and payments account. The first item on the receipts and payments account, the debit side, that is to balance brought down. If you observe, we have balance of cash and bank. This is opening balance of cash and bank. So opening balance of cash and bank will go to opening balance sheet as an asset. So in the balance sheet, that is opening side, right? Asset side, cash and bank. So cash and bank. That amounts to rupees 1,40,000. Okay. After that, the next item, that is to donations, right? Let us see if there is any adjustment for the donations. No adjustments for the donation. So donation and no specific information is given regarding the donation. So we will count this donation as general donation, means of revenue nature. So revenue nature item goes to income and expenditure account. On the credit side, income side, that is by donations. Amounts to 50,000. Yes. So after donation, the next item is subscriptions. Basically, subscriptions is nothing but the amount paid by the members of NPO periodically, maybe quarterly, maybe half yearly, maybe yearly, so that the membership remains alive and active. So we do have subscriptions of rupees 1,20,000. But if we go further, we have few adjustments for subscription. So subscription being income of revenue nature, will record it income and expenditure account, income side. So by subscriptions. Yes, and the amount is 1,20,000. I'll write the amount in internal column because we do have adjustments regarding the same. Let us see what is the adjustment for the subscription. Yes, on page number 174, the first adjustment, that is additional information provided. Subscription in arrear for the year ended 31st March 2020, 9,000, and subscription in advance for the year ended 31st March 2021, 3,500. So adjustment says that we do have subscription outstanding for the current year. Now receipt and payment account, right, records income and expenditure of current year, right, on accrual basis, that is whether they have been paid or not, that is immaterial for the same, right? So we do record all the receipts of revenue nature and all the payments of revenue nature in income and expenditure account. Okay, fine. So by subscription 120, we have outstanding of current year, that is 9,000. So 9,000 is of current year, that is current year income, right? Whether it is received or not hardly matters, we do have to record the same. So plus outstanding of current year, that amounts to 9,000. Okay. Again, this is an adjustment. This is outstanding for the current year. Current year outstanding is an asset for us. So current year balance sheet, outstanding subscription. That is 9,000. Yes. Further with the adjustment and subscription in advance for the year. So now this subscription of 1,20,000 includes 3,500 which is advance, which is for the year 2021, and we have to record income and expenses only for the current year, that is for year 1920, not for the year 2021, but this includes advance, so we have to eliminate the same. To eliminate the same, we will deduct that is minus advance of current year, that amounts to 3,500. Again, this advance for current year is nothing but a liability for the NPO, for the organization, and liabilities. So in current year's balance sheet, that is advance subscription. That amounts to 3,500. Okay, calculation part. So 120 plus 9, 129. 129 minus 3, 126 minus 5, 125, 500. Okay, fine. So back to receipt and payment account. After subscription, the next item, that is entrance fee or admission fee, a revenue nature income, will be recorded in income and expenditure, income side. So by entrance fee, there is no adjustment for the same. The amount is 10,000. Yes. After entrance fee, the next item on the receipt side is interest on investment, and we do have adjustment on the same, that is adjustment number 4. Okay. First, let us record the interest, that is 1,000. Interest, a revenue nature income, will be recorded in income and expenditure. So by interest, as we have adjustment, so the amount will be written in internal column, that is 1,000. Now let us see. Obviously, receipt and payment is showing receipt, that is interest. If we observe on the payment side, we do have investments, that is buy investments. This is indicating that we have purchased investments in current year, and the amount of investments purchased is 60,000. Okay, fine. What is the adjustment? The adjustment is 8% interest has accrued on investments for 5 months. So he is saying interest has been accrued for 5 months. Okay, let us see how much interest is accrued. In working portion will go, that is interest on investment. So the amount of investment we'll get from the payment side, that is of 60,000. On this 60,000, the rate of interest available is 8%. 8%, and it has been said that the interest is accrued for 5 months. So we have to compute interest for the same. Let us see how much amount has been accrued. 1 and 20, right? 2, 3, right? Again 20 into 3, that is 60, right? So 60, right? 6 again, that goes. So the amount is 2,000. So 2,000 interest has been accrued. Okay, 2,000 interest has been accrued. No doubt interest is accrued. We have not received, but as it has been accrued, so it will be recorded in current year's income and expenditure. So it is current year's income, right? So plus accrued, that is 2,000. Again, accrued interest is our asset. It is our asset. So current year balance sheet, asset side. accrued interest of 2000. Okay, fine. So done with the same. Next item, interest received from bank, a regular nature income, again will be recorded in income and expenditure credit side, that is income side, by, that is interest from bank. The amount is 4000. Again, next item, that is sale of old newspaper, again regular nature income will be recorded in income and expenditure credit side, that is by sale of newspaper, old newspaper, newspaper one and the same thing, that amounts to 1500. Next item, sale of drama tickets, right, regular nature item, again an income recorded on the credit side of income and expenditure, that is by sale of drama tickets. $10,500 is the amount. So we are done with the receipt side. Moving further on the payment side. On the payment side, the first item is salary, that is 20,000. Let us see if there is an adjustment. No, there is no adjustment on the salary. So salary, regular nature expense, revenue nature expense on the debit side of income and expenditure, that is expenditure to salary. The amount is 20,000. Yes. Next item, repair expense, a regular nature expense, again on the debit side. To repair expenses, that is 5,000. Again, next item, that is furniture. Now, obviously, furniture is a capital nature item. It is our capital nature expense, right? And income and expenditure account records revenue nature income and expenses, not of capital nature. Capital nature item goes to balance sheet. Again, this is the payment indicating that we have purchased furniture in current year. So our current year balance sheet will show furniture, that is 60,000. Furniture and 60,000. Yes. Next item, that is miscellaneous expense, regular nature expenses. So income expenditure, right, to miscellaneous expenses, that is 5,000. Next, investment, right, investments, capital nature item, so they'll go to balance sheet, not to income and expenditure, that is investments. The amount of investments is 60,000. Yes, before investments, the item that is miscellaneous expenditure has certain adjustment. Okay, the adjustment that has been forgot, we'll continue now. The adjustment, that is 5,000. Yes, so the adjustment is on miscellaneous expenditure, that is third adjustment, that is miscellaneous expenses prepaid 900. As the expenses are prepaid, so prepaid is not for the current year, so that expense is not for the current year, so we'll eliminate from the same. So minus prepaid expense, and the amount of prepaid expense is 900. So the amount is 4,100. Again, prepaid expense is our asset, so current year balance sheet, asset side, prepaid miscellaneous expenses and 900, right? After that, investments done. The next item, that is insurance premium. Insurance premium, regular nature expense, but we do an adjustment, so we'll record on the expenditure side, but internally amount, that is 2 insurance premium, and the amount of insurance premium is 2,000. Yes, let us see what is the adjustment. The adjustment number second, that is insurance premium outstanding 400. So it's saying the outstanding is 400. Outstanding is expense for the current year. So we will record the same. We have to show it paid or not, but income expenditure of revenue nature current year are to be shown. So adding the same, that is outstanding of current year, that amounts to 400. So the amount is 2400. Again, the outstanding of current year is our liability. So current year balance sheet liability side, that is outstanding insurance premium, and the amount of outstanding is 400. Yes, after that the next item please. The next item is billiards table. The billiards table is 80,000. Again there is certain adjustment on the billiards table, right? The adjustment number, that is adjustment number 5. Yes, so the adjustment number 5, that is billiard table costing 3 lakhs was purchased during last year. He is clearly saying we have purchased billiard table during last year. Now billiard table is our asset and we have purchased last year, so that billiard table will appear in last year's balance sheet, that is opening balance sheet. So in opening balance sheet I am writing billiard table. Yes, the amount is 3 lakh. That's clear. Further he is saying that was purchased last year and 2,20,000 were paid for it. The table cost was 3 lakhs, but the amount that has been paid for the table was 2,20,000. So that is indicating that last year 80,000 were due for the billiard table, right? So last year balance sheet would have been showing billiard table 3 lakh, and against the same, as 80,000 is not paid, so 80,000 will be left for the creditors. So the balance sheet would be indicating creditors of 80,000 last year. The reason is costing 3 lakh and paid 220 last year, so 80 was unpaid. Unpaid is indicating creditors of billiard tables for 80,000. Now if you observe, current year's payment is indicating billiards table 80,000. So this is an indication that the last year creditors are now being paid. So last year creditors are paid, so now the balance sheet won't show creditors again, but table would be continuing. We will carrying the balance of table, that is 3 lakhs. Billiards table 3 lakh. Creditors we are not showing, the reason is creditors are paid, right? Payment is indicating 80,000. Okay. After that, next item. The next item is paper, ink, etc. Regular nature expense, revenue nature expenses. So income expenditure debit side 2, that is paper, ink. The amount is 1500, etc. After paper, ink, the next expense, next payment, that is drama expense. Again regular nature expense, regular nature expenses, income expenditure. So 2, drama expense 5,000. Last item, that is balance of cash and bank. Opening balance was indicated or shown in opening balance sheet. So closing balance obviously in closing balance sheet. So closing balance sheet, that is cash and bank, and the amount is 98,500. Okay, so we are done with the receipt and payment. Let us see if any adjustment is left out. First adjustment of subscription done. Second adjustment insurance premium done. Third adjustment miscellaneous expenses done. Fourth adjustment interest, that is accrued interest done. Fifth adjustment billiard tables done, right? So all the adjustments are done with, all the items are done with. Okay, let us see any item, any balance that has been left to be carried forward from the last year. Last year we had billiard table 3 lakhs, the same has been carried. Cash and bank done. Creditors 80,000, but they have been paid, so we are not carrying the same. Fine. After completing all the adjustments, firstly we will find out opening capital fund by closing the opening balance sheet. Let us see how much is the opening capital fund. 3 and 1 4, so 440. 4 lakh and 40. right? Deducting 80 from the same, right? So you will get 3,60,000, right? So the balancing digit is 3,60,000, right? This question mark is nothing but indicating a balancing figure. So that is capital fund. So now we have got opening capital fund, that is 3,60,000. Let's see whether the answer is correct or not. We do have answers on page number 1.80 and the question number is 52. So capital fund beginning 3,60,000. Yes, so the answer is correct. Capital fund in the beginning is 3,60,000. That's fine. Okay. After finding out opening capital fund, right? Let us proceed. Let us go for finding out the surplus or deficit by closing income and expenditure. Let us see whether we have surplus or deficit. If we do observe. Okay, so let us find whether the income expenditure shows deficit or surplus. By observing, we do observe the incomes are more than the expenses. So let us go for the totaling of the income side. If we go for the totaling 50,000, 125,500. 10, 3, 13, 13 and 4, 17, 17 and 15, so 18,500. And lastly 10,500. Adding the all 15. So 1 carry. Again 8 and 6, that is 14. 1 carry. 6, 8, 18, 2, 10. 1 carry. So the total is 2,04,500. Now let us see the total of expenditure side is 20, 20 plus 5, 25, 25 plus 4, 29, 29,000 and 100. After that 2,400. So 1,500 and 5,000, that brings 6,500. Again 10, 1 carry. 18, right, 1 carry. That is 38,000. So let us see the net effect. If we do observe, incomes are more than expenses. So the total of income is 2,04,500 and the total of expenses is 38,000. So deducting the expenses from the income, that is 2,04,500 minus 38,000. 0, 5, 14, so that means 6, 9, that means again 6 and 1. So we do have surplus of 166,500. So the total is 2,04,500 on both the sides. 2,04,500 and the difference figure. The question mark indicating the difference figure, that is 1,66,500. This is nothing but surplus. We do call it surplus. The reason is income side is more. Incomes are more than the expenses. So 2 surplus in bracket we can indicate excess of income over expenditure. Let us check whether our surplus is correct or not on page number 1.80, question number 52, surplus, that is 166,500. Now this surplus will be carried to current year balance sheet, right? In current year balance sheet, first we will carry the opening capital fund from the opening balance sheet. The opening capital fund, that is 3,60,000. Carry the opening capital fund from the opening balance sheet. Capital fund 3,60,000. Now the result of income expenditure, that is surplus, that is 166,500. surplus is added because that increases our capital. On the other hand, if there is a deficit, that is deducted from the capital fund. So adding the surplus plus surplus, that is 166 and 500. So that brings 6 and 6, 12, 1 carry, 5, 26, 500. Now last step, let us see our balance sheet gets tallied or not. Okay, so we'll go for the totaling. Yes, firstly liability side, that is 5, 26, 500, adding 3900, 0, 0, 9, 14, 0, 3, 5, 30 and 400, right? 5,30,000 and 400. Let's see the same total. Do we get on the asset side or not? 60 and 3 lakh, that means 3 lakh and 60,000. 60,000 plus 2, 62,000. 9,900. And lastly 98,500. So 0, 0, 9 and 5, that brings 14, 9 and 1, 10, 10 and again 10, that brings 20. So 2, 6 and 6, 12, 12 and 2, 14, 14 and 9, that brings again 13, 23 together, 23 and this is 2. So 5,30,400. 5,30,400. Let us see our answers correct or not. Again on page number 1.80, question number 52. Surplus 166,500 done, previously checked. Closing balance sheet, that is 5,30,400. Right? So done. Thank you.